Stella Williams, and today I am going to be sharing a video with you on how to get your confidence back. If you are new here, hi. If you're not, hi. From a bird's eye view of my channel, just watching me as if I were a subscriber of mine, I've seen my confidence go pretty downhill, whether it's not filming as much or always needing to wear shapewear in a video, or just feeling insecure about my words, just very guarded. I've spent some time this year. I think this notion came around I would say December, January, when I realized it went from real confidence to a persona of confidence. And I was like, let's not do that. So since the beginning of 2023, I have really shifted my mind, and through this journey of gaining my confidence back for real and not acting like I have it back, I've gotten this realization as I've gotten closer in my faith to God, just to use the whole testimony of what the last 6 months have looked like for me and turn it around for good and to inspire some of you guys. So I hope you're interested. If you click this video, I'm sure you would like to genuinely learn how to get your confidence back. And this is coming from a very real, true, genuine place of I have to relearn to love myself, because right now I'm looking at myself as a third person of someone I could get rid of. And surprise, you're always going to be with yourself. So buckle up, get ready, and let's go. The first step for me gaining my confidence back is acknowledging that I've lost my confidence. And for someone like me, that was incredibly hard because my job felt surrounded by my confidence. I was in denial for a very long time that my my was going downhill, and I would notice little things about myself. I would notice me covering up more, or not wearing things I used to wear, or judging myself on wearing things that I want to wear, or wearing shapewear more often than I usually do, or the way I speak to myself in the mirror, just really negative patterns of behavior. And luckily, because I do what I do, I was able to notice pretty quickly that it wasn't healthy, and I was able to notice very quickly that this is not something that I truly align with. So where's this source coming from? So the first step is acknowledging that you are lacking confidence. And I think a lot of people do acknowledge that. I don't think that's the hard part of this multiple step process, but it can take a big deal, because if you were someone like me, someone who was once very confident, and now you find yourself not in the same space, it could be a little bit of a hit to your ego. It could be a hit to your self-image and how you see yourself, to say, hey, I'm not where I was and I don't like it. It's a little bit ego bruising, because it's how I'm almost envious of the woman I was when I loved myself like that. But the first step of anything, acknowledging it and saying things out loud. I know I mentioned this a lot, but saying things out loud is so impactful and so inspiring. And I think, just tied in my beliefs. So in the church, we have something we say, and it's confessing. Confession is such a big deal. Saying things out loud and making them real, and not letting things thrive in darkness. I think I saw a thread the other day. So weird, I didn't say tweet. It was a thread though. And it was saying that your bad habits, your negative emotions, your self-harm talk, all those things thrive in darkness. So when you bring things that are in the dark to the light, there is something so special that happens, because the darkness doesn't own that thing anymore. Being able to just confess it and be like, hey, I am not confident right now. I confessed it in a YouTube video a while back earlier this year, and it is what it is. I didn't try to fix it. At first I wanted to fix it. I was like, let me fix it right away, and we'll be back. Kind of like a bad breakup, right? After your first week of the breakup, you're like, let me fix all these parts of myself so I can be a better partner, or I can move on and I'm healed from that relationship. I can move on and get someone else. It doesn't work like that. The good news is you've already done the hard part. You've admitted, hey, this is something I would really, really like to work on, because I deserve it for myself. Which brings me to step 2, understanding you deserve to go through this process, understanding you deserve to have confidence and to keep dreaming. In my life, my confidence is not just about my body image, it's about my dreams and where I see myself going, how I want to serve, and what's my purpose here. Confidence for me is tied into all of these things, into who I am as a woman, well-rounded. If my confidence with my self-image is low, I start to see my confidence in work get low. My confidence in how I serve get low. Confidence in who I'm impacting get low. It's really important in this time to understand that you're worth to keep dreaming. So we're gonna call number 2, keep dreaming. It's very, very important that you do not let yourself stop dreaming. And it's so funny, this thought came up when I got this charm bracelet. If you saw my TikTok, if you saw this charm bracelet in the beginning of the year, I got this charm bracelet, and my aunt got me a charm and it said dream big. I don't think she realizes what that charm did for my thought process, but it made me realize I had stopped dreaming. I went through a lot of transition in the last 2 years of life, and through all these transitions of what I thought life was going to look like compared to what it looks like now. Life right now is not bad. In comparison, comparison's the thief of joy. In comparison to what I thought life was going to look like, I'm left very confused. I'm left very unsettled. I'm left very like, how did I get here? When you dream big, you're allowing yourself to. So when life doesn't look how you thought it was going to look, it's very easy to get discouraged. Even if life's great, like right now, looking at my life, I'm so blessed and happy to be in the positions I'm in right now, the people around me, the spaces I'm in, etc. But when life doesn't go exactly how you thought, it can be discouraging, and you can start to lose confidence in your walk in life. And because of that, when I got this charm and it said dream big, I realized I stopped dreaming. I was so focused on life shifting in ways I never imagined that I couldn't even remember that I used to have dreams of things I wanted to do. And I would talk about them very casually, but it went from focus to a casual passing thought, or yeah, maybe I should get on that opportunity, or yeah, maybe I should send that email back, or yeah, like maybe my dreams, my aspirations, my core things I've always wanted to do in my life became maybe. That's where it gets dangerous. Because 3, we need to stop the negative self-talk. This is where, oh, am I too old for this? Am I too big for this? Am I too weird for this? Do I speak too much for this? We can get really, really nitpicky about ourselves. We can get nitpicky about our thoughts, how people will perceive us, how we're presenting ourselves to the world. And I can tell you from personal experience, when you're in a place in life where you do not care, where you are just showing up every day authentically as yourself without any fear of what anyone will ever think about you, I am telling you now, there is nothing, and the current world on social media will call this delulu. There is nothing better than living in a world of absolute delusion to some people, but to yourself, it could be your truth. When I was living in a world where I was just so unfazed by anyone's opinion, I was the happiest I had ever been. And I was so happy that all the comments would be like, she pretends to be happy. I would actually laugh, like, you guys don't understand the freedom I feel. And so chasing this freedom is my new standard because I've experienced it. There's a freedom in just being like, I am me, hi, hello, I'm here. Recognizing that freedom is possible and wanting it so badly for yourself is going to allow yourself to just ignore not just the negative self-talk of yourself, but the people around you, the strangers around you, the people of the internet, the people of your workplace, the people of your congregations, the people of your social circles. It literally will not matter. It literally will not matter. And step 4, seek community. And it's ironic because I'm a YouTuber, but seek community. And I'm gonna tell y'all some egotistical potential stuff I did. I was like, wow, I never thought I'd be in a space in life where I needed to watch my own videos to get my confidence. And I went back, y'all. I went back 2016 back to some of my videos. And watching these videos, I felt so disconnected to the woman, to the girl, she was a girl, to the girl I was watching. I was like, wow, like, look how much I just did not care. And look how much confidence I had. Like, I know she's still in there somewhere. And for me, it's so special because I can go back 6 years and look at those videos. And maybe you have videos in your camera roll or pictures in your camera roll, and you can remember just a time of life where you had that kind of level of confidence for yourself. And for me, I just so happen to have those videos on YouTube. And going back, it sparked something in me. And I've been talking about that, but just I never rewatched them. I used to host a mentorship group, and we would go back and watch some of my old videos so I could help them get started in their careers. And I would just see that in me. And I would always tell them, like, I just want to create like I used to create. But the thing is, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but the thing is, I was trying to solve a problem with my own strength. And so when I'm going back this year and going back and seeing those videos with absolute confidence, I'm like sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I want her back. Like I miss her. It became like my new, I'm not her anymore. So like, let's acknowledge that. I'm not who that girl was. In a very different space in life. I had to stop myself from trying to recreate her to taking what I need from her and bringing her to now. Can't go in the past. We can't relive our past. But what I could do is, what did I love about myself then that is still in me now that I could nurture a little bit more? How can I tend to myself a little bit better so I could feel that unbelievable amount of confidence that I used to carry? And what do I need to stop talking to myself about that is hurting that process and limiting me from becoming not who I was, but this current version of myself who emulates in the grown version of who I used to be. What I loved is I loved that I did wear everything I wanted. It's competing with my value now of a little bit more modesty in clothing. So how do we marry that? How do we put that together? And really doing the work, you guys. Like, I don't want to come over here and BS you guys. You really gotta sometimes just sit for a couple minutes a day and do the work. How can I like, if that is the thought, right? I love how I used to just basically be naked all the time and I just felt so free. Now it's I want to wear shapewear all the time. Why do you want to wear shapewear all the time? Because I want to be a little bit more modest in clothing, and also because I'm feeling insecure about how people are perceiving me. Okay, let's put it all on the table. That was step one, remember? We're putting it all on the table. Fast forward to step 4. We're going to marry the idea that, hey, why was she naked pretty much all the time? Because she didn't care about anything and she was just free, and she wanted to let other people know that they could be free too. And now I still want people to feel like they can wear anything they want, but I just can't physically show you that because it no longer aligns with my value. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, you know what? I absolutely support. One, here are the people that wear that. If you're into that, go support them too. I'm going to show you how I can modestly dress for myself now in this phase of life, but still celebrate that it could be without shapewear if I wanted it to be, or I could wear something a little bit tighter if I wanted to. And like, there's still ways to celebrate and mature who I was to who I am now. And it's just like this metamorphosis process, which is why we need to give so much grace to ourselves. Next thing, so after watching the videos, after going back to your old photos, of just remembering parts of yourself, your old journals even maybe, the next step is going to be, where do you get your strength? I realized that my whole confidence journey was rooted in this very unhealthy era of my life where I was in survival mode. I had gotten out of my home situation in high school, and for 10 years I was in survival mode to just like run from something that had already passed, but in my head felt so real and current, and felt like a monster in my corner of my room I was always running from. And it wasn't until 8 years later where I was able to sit down and say, hey, you're not living at home anymore. Hey, you've been a grown adult now for about a decade. Like, no one's coming to get you. No boogeyman's coming to get you. You're sitting in a lot of PTSD that's not real for you anymore. And it's okay. You know, anxiety, I think the best thing I learned about my anxiety is there in our bodies to help us, to save us, to warn us. It's good. But when that part of you is over consuming anxiety, that's not so good, and it's an overprotection that we don't need to live in. My only 2023 resolution was to live a soft life, and what that actually entailed is anything that I was doing in my life that was not soft competed with the idea of living a soft life, and it exposed so many things in my life that I was so hard on, or so controlling of, or so scared of, or so anxiety filled of, or depressed over. Like, when I made the choice to say I'm going to live a soft life, I thought it meant, oh, cute, I don't want to work and I just want to be a princess all day. But the reality of that is I desire a calm, peaceful life at any cost. What I didn't realize were two things. One, when I was struggling, when I was going through this season of my life where I was in survival mode, I had confidence built in survival. I wasn't understanding confidence built in peace, and it's different. And for me, this looks like my faith in my relationship with God. I started taking it very seriously September 2022, and it's been a roller coaster learning this unconditional peace. For me, this may be different source for you. I'm just letting you know my source. For me, my peace with God and my relationship growing and getting deeper. I'm realizing that this confidence and peace that I built in struggle can't translate to the confidence and peace I'm going to have in peace, in unconditional love, in alignment and flow. It can't. It's like trying to plug an X into Y. It's not going to work. It's a different variable. It's a different equation. They're different problems. And that era of my life, killing and closing the door of the era of my life of struggle and survival mode, and really through therapy saying, I'm shutting that door. Thank you. You got me so far, but I'm done with you. And transitioning into this life, again, be careful what you wish for. God, I want to live a soft life. Well, I'm going to give it to you. And all those comforts you had in struggle, you're not going to be able to bring them over here. And life's gonna look different, but I got you. Do you trust me? And that's what this journey's looked like for me. So for me, this is the turning point. This is like the emergence, right? So we've gone through, accepting we're not confident. We've gone through accepting that life's different and we want our confidence back. Source. If it worked for me then, it's not working for me now. What gives? And now I can confidently say, because of my source is my love for God. As I've developed that relationship with God, as I've developed my relationship with myself, I'm realizing I don't need to do this in my own strength. All the confidence I built was because I was trying to just outwardly own me and outwardly just love myself from the outside in. And this new season of life, and my next point is, you gotta love yourself from the inside out. How you treat yourself on the outside is a reflection of how you're treating yourself on the inside, and not the other way around. And I've learned this from life experience that you guys have watched for years. You can not love yourself enough on the outside and expect it to infiltrate what's in your soul, in your patterns, in your behaviors, in your decisions, in your thoughts. You've got to work on that. You've got to take the time. If you don't get anything else out of this video, you've got to work from the inside out. And it's hard because if you would have told me 10 years ago, hey, you need to start with the inside out, I was so just trying to make sure I could survive that it felt like a luxury to work from the inside out. But if I could go back 10 years ago and say, hey, you're gonna be all right. You're loved, you're covered, you're already living in abundance you don't even know about yet. Trust me. Like if you believe in parallel timelines and Stella from here went to Stella there and was like, hey, trust me, you're gonna be good. So you could just work on the inside out. I would have freaked out. I would have been like, who's gonna pay a bill? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna take care of me? Where am I gonna live? What am I gonna, hey, inhale, exhale. You're gonna be okay. That's my number one piece of advice. Take from the inside and work your way out, and it will be messy and bumpy and you'll feel insecure sometimes, but you will always be covered. You will be good. Things will work out for your benefit. They just do. When you live in a vibration of love and peace and alignment, things just work out. I just don't know how else to say it. That's just life. So backtracking a little bit, just with the community aspect, like friends, family, for me it was therapists, God, like you guys, like just everyone, like just kind of being more vulnerable. Just being more vulnerable about the whole thing. Fast forward though to step 7, I would definitely say the next step is definitely reflection. Reflect on the growth. Reflect that you're closing the door on who you were and opening the door to who you've become, and that your thoughts are not an accidental byproduct of you living daily life, that you set intentions months ago, that you're living the fruit of now, that you're seeing the fruit of now, that you're experiencing the labors of your love for yourself. Own it. And that's like a new confidence, and it may not be the confidence you had, and I'm gonna be very honest with you, it feels like maybe I didn't even realize that till this video. The confidence may not be the same, and that's the reason not only a lot of people love me, but why I loved me. But the confidence I have now is still, it's pretty good, and it's a level up. And if you can just turn on the camera or put the clothes back on and just trust yourself enough to know that the confidence, there's a new confidence, right? Again, if you don't believe in church, it's okay, but we have something called new wine. We're new, we're made new through a journey of confidence and coming into your next level of life and your new era, whatever that may be. You're like, you got to own that confidence. You got to say, hey, I'm going to turn the camera back on and I'm scared to do this, but I feel it's time. I feel like, hey, I really worked on me. Let me help the next person too. 2 months ago, I may have been embarrassed to make this video. Like, wow, I'm really gonna have to admit I lost my confidence to all these people. But 2 months later now, I'm like, hey, if that's gonna help someone out there, cool. Confidence down to like me not even hiding. Like things I used to depend on, I don't depend on anymore. I've for years wanted to be more a natural girl with my nails, but I felt not confident enough to do that because I felt like nails made me more beautiful. And in some instances they might. Nails are fun, but I didn't think I could just have a week where I'd have no nails on or no lashes on, or just put my hair in a little ponytail or rock my natural curls or whatever. Like those things never felt like options. They felt like things to hide. So we're bringing stuff out of the darkness. We're putting stuff in the light. We're moving forward. And I'm going to close with this. It's a process, and just because I have a benchmark here today, I'm understanding this is not the finish line. And I think there is something so special about being used to make this video, because I'm someone who's been perceived as very confident. And so to build this confidence with the world and to crash in the confidence in front of the world and to come back up, I feel like there's something very not only encouraging about that, but very special about that journey. And I'm very, very happy I got to share that with you today. I have my confidence back, and right now it's a new source. It's not within me. It's not from me. It's from the love that is reflected. I'm gonna leave you guys with a quote today. You love others how you love yourself. So look at how you're loving your relationships around you, with people, with yourself. Look at how you're loving yourself. If you're wondering why your relationships outside of yourself feel a little different or odd or funny or something that you may not sit with, most of the times what you have in your environment is a reflection of yourself in some capacity, whether it's what you're choosing to do with your time, who you're communicating with, what you're choosing to eat. It's usually a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Final note, have grace with yourself. Take your time. Rush to what? I've been saying that all 2023. I feel like that's like my tattoo of the year if I were to get a tattoo. Rush to what? Life is not in a rush, and it may feel like it because we have things happening, bills due, things to accomplish, etc. But literally, rush to what? There's nothing to rush to. Take your time. Do the work. People say take your time, but they don't always finish that thought with you gotta do the work. If you have any questions about confidence that maybe I didn't answer in this video, 100% I'm willing to answer them in the comments below. I'd love to interact with you guys. If anyone's had a similar confidence journey or something they want to share, or a video they've made about their confidence journey, please let me know. Please let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Love and light. Bye bye.